the success of Ultraman would have a huge effect in Japan, and many more shows like it would soon follow. While there were many pretenders, several shows also managed to stand out and make an impact of their own. Two such shows were Kamen Rider and the Super Sentai series. In 1971, renowned Japanese comic writer Shotaro Ishinomori created a new type of hero like none other. Debuting in 1971 on Japanese TV, Ishinomori's new creation chronicled the weekly adventures of the hero Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider is this superhero who wears a weird mask of insect, I think, and he rides a motorcycle. And he has a man scarf, like long scarf, and a scarf in his neck, and then he wears a weird costume, and he comes to rescue when the villain attacks some innocent people. He comes to rescue on motorcycle. He's henshin, so henshin.
Rider henshin.
I think it's the attention to detail in certain cases. There's one thing to just have a show with a lot of mindless action and violence, but to couple, action and fighting with a legitimate storyline is another thing entirely. Summarizing Kamen Rider, 2 words: Rider kick.
Rider double kick!
That's the Kamen Rider phrase. Every rider has had their special move. That's been the hallmark of Kamen Rider. And a rider without some sort of flashy special move that involves pummeling an enemy senseless with their feet. That's not as well received.
Perhaps the best-known Tokusatsu entity is the Super Sentai series. Starting with 1975's Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger, the concept of Super Sentai was simple yet effective.
.だいたいグループのものは色がそれぞれあって、例えば赤、青、ピンク、黄色とかそれがグループの特徴だと思います。で、1人っていうのは色じゃなくてもう本当に派手なコスチュームっていう感じで、だと思います。
The Sentai squad of every series would then battle evil on a weekly basis, be it technology, magic, or even ninjutsu. With a new theme, a wide variety of characters, and varied color palette every series, Super Sentai became a huge hit of children and their families in Japan. With such a rich history and wide variety of Super Sentai shows, it was only natural they would get to come together. Thus, Toei would bring back several previous Super Sentai characters together with the squad that was active that year, resulting in a grand reunion. This tradition would continue for many more years, well into the present. Always focusing on fun, adventure, and action, Super Sentai also never forgot who its target audience was, and always made sure to present itself as a positive example to children everywhere. As successful as Tokusatsu had been in Japan and Asia, their attempts at crossing over to America had been very mixed at best. English dubs of Ultraman were met with lukewarm response. Saban's attempt at adapting Kamen Rider Black RX as Masked Rider was also generally regarded as a flop and straying too far from the spirit of the original material.
Ready at a moment's notice to call on his powers to become Masked Rider.
You're taking something that's supposed to be almost superhero status and changing it into some sort of alien space knight. So there's definitely something being lost in translation here.
However, there was one success story amongst all this. Saban decided to bring Super Sentai over to America as well, prior to the attempt of Kamen Rider. This resulted in a show that should need no introduction, taking footage from Do Ranger, the 13th Sentai series, and adding new footage featuring American actors. Saban created the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and it was a smash hit that took America by storm.
It's definitely more of a boys thing than it is a girls thing. I can say that from experience. Back in elementary school, if you didn't know anything about Power Rangers, then you were not one of the cool kids at all. And that's actually one of the few times when I was one of the cool kids.
I never liked the American Power Rangers as soon as I saw them, because I felt like it was such a childish thing. Like
They really changed the original so that would fit, or that would become familiar to American audience. And I think it's a wrong way to do that, but that's been a practice for a long time.
Regardless of how one looks at it, the appeal of Tokusatsu is undeniable. Tokusatsu has lasted for over 40 years and is still going on strong.
They don't look real, but they look, it's very familiar to them.
Wherever there is trouble, whenever there is boredom, there will always be one genre that will stay true to the essence of fun, excitement, and burning justice. Tokusatsu.
銀河の彼方心の声が聞こえてる初めは誰もヒーローじゃない違う形のただち